Hey everyone. Hey regulars on YouTube. GJ is a bit tricky today. It's still bearish. Broke the weekly previous resistance, so it looks like it could come down even deeper. So I don't expect, based on the daily, I don't expect price to break this low on the daily, but looking at the bearish momentum, and I think a lot of this move is actually news related because we have the IMF meetings this week. So anyone who's itching for a trade, I doubt I'll be trading today because I don't really like the price action today, and I don't really want to chase this move down. I don't see any clean entries. So if you want to really need to trade today, please hop onto the other stream. But it sells, looks like there's sells only today. So I'll be here to answer any questions. Other than that, I'll probably be just doing backtesting on the side and just watching GJ develop. If there's an entry, I'll call it out. Other than that, it shouldn't be much. Yeah, but you're looking to trade the wick down lower. It's probably gonna fill the wick. So, but the thing is, if you want to take an entry to fill the wick, right? Are you gonna take it when it? How is your entry like? Are you gonna take it when after this big move it breaks this support and then you just take the rest of the trade? I don't know. It's not really forming nice structure for me to take this area now. Back to the start of that big gap that we had last week. I think it's last week. Yeah, the thing about GJ is it looks like it's rejecting, yes, but look at this area here. It did the same thing. And this area where it rejected, right, is an even stronger area. Now this is not really anywhere. So if I were to put a yellow line here, right, and then I go up on the higher time frame and have a look at why price stopped here, there's nothing here. So if we look at it on the daily, on the weekly first, right, let me plot that first candle. So this one, we'll make it pink. This first candle, if we look at the daily, sorry, we look at the 4-hour, right? This was the 4-hour low that held off the weekly resistance. So this is weekly resistance. So there is like proper structure here. Right now, if you look at the yellow line, there's nothing. Like, I don't see any proper structure. So even on the left, you can argue that this is probably somewhere on the daily support. But the way this bearish momentum is coming down, right, is going to feel that way. So I won't... Fighting the trend now on GJ is a bit tough. The buyers have zero power. I'm looking at the 1 hour, every time the bearish move comes down. Look at the bullish candles, it's so tiny, it's not even managing to close half of the move. And all it takes is one big bearish candle and then the pullback is done. So this is sells. Yeah, don't get tricked by the rejection candle. It will fail, I think. So your job is just to get it on the retrace. If it forms a new lower high, then yeah, go down, target this. Yeah, last week's move up was extended, so if you have a move like this, big bullish move, and then it lost its momentum. On the lower time frame, it's just doing this as it slowly goes up and then bam, it's coming down to get some gas before it continues up if it wants to. But the problem now is I don't have proper structure to trade off already. So unless people want to scalp this, it's potential. $151,600 is your target. You bought this? JJP. 151,600 is above it. This year. But you said it's your target. The target is above. Or are you looking for it to retrace there to sell? I don't think so, right? You're already in the trade. Oh, below. Yeah. I mean, if you trade breakouts, then yes, you have trades. You should have trades, but I would prefer to wait for the retest, but the retest hasn't been very nice. So if it presents, I'll call it out. If it doesn't, then I'm perfectly fine. Just keep busy. $155. think in order to reach 155, because there's this weekly resistance here which GJ actually tapped into already, right? Because weekly is a fairly strong level. Maybe it needs to do a retracement down and then go back up so that it can go to 155 again. Where's your FIB level based on what time frame? JJP. Unless you FIB this entire area. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not really sure how you drop the FIB, but it doesn't matter. This looks like on the weekly, this is sorry, on the daily, this is the latest move up. So I would just plot one from here to here first. So this looks like a daily pullback that is still happening. So I'm watching to see if GJ can retest to this previous weekly resistance. If it forms a lower high, then I'll take the trade shot down to fill the wick. But if it doesn't, I need to see, because now this bullish candle is quite strong, so it needs to form a lower high. Then I'll consider entry shot. If not, it could. If it doesn't form a lower high, price could go back into this range here, and then it's going to chop inside here. So then I'll avoid the trade, and I'll take it above this area here. Above this area here of resistance, because this area is also the 4-hour and 1-hour resistance. 151, 600 is crucial for me to hold and continue down. Rosengo is having trouble breaking 1745, so I think you see bullish because this move, right? But if you go up the higher time frame, right, like the daily, as long as price doesn't break above 1745, right, it still has the potential to come back down here. Because if you look at the weekly, I see this wick filling, and overall if you look at the weekly also, trend is down. Daily, same thing, trend is down. Price is near the top of the range, so I'll be looking to see how I can get sells near 1745. So right now on the 1 hour, price really broke, bounced off 1745, which is the daily resistance. If you can look left, this area here also, see, multiple rejections. It was previous support, then price came back down again, then after that it became resistance already. Every time reached this area, price had a strong reaction down. Same thing yesterday. So on the 1 hour right now, price broke this 1 hour support, and so far it's respecting. Yeah, but based on these higher lows that were made, right, I still see that the buyers are holding this area, so I prefer to wait here for sells. Because if I sell now here, I'll get trapped because this bullish momentum is there. Yeah, so I know for a fact, right, that I'll mark it out in green. This is buyer area to me. The top is clear seller area. So this is green, here is red. So I just wait at 1745. Easier. Like this. Zoom is not open for now. Like, I closed the enrollment for the time being. Yeah, looks like GJ is doing some fake out to go back into the range, so I'm not touching it. If it closes inside, I will not touch this until it clears this range above 1950. So it's gonna be a slow day for me. I'm going to be backtesting on the other screen. So if you guys have questions, just send it in. If not, then most likely I'll be waiting for price to clear out of this range. Looks like it faked out back inside here. From this bottom area, yes, like this area here looks like it's bullish, but for me now is, if it's so bullish and there's such strong momentum, right, how come yesterday also had strong momentum, how come it never break? Yeah, so that's why I don't want to get trapped inside this area here. I rather let it break above us. So when it breaks above, then I can take my long safer to this area. So right now, price is like stuck in the middle. But it looks like there is bullish momentum. Just maybe not strong enough yet. Yeah, so until it breaks this, I'll stick with my original overall trend. Once it breaks this, then I can start looking for my long safer. Why not explore shorts? At the 1 hour 4 hour resistance. Where's your 1 hour 4 hour resistance? Alvin. What price? This one here? 151,900. So yesterday's candle, right? This area here, when I saw that, because this is my weekly fib, so I was expecting that yesterday GJ was doing some kind of weekly pullback. So when it closed without a bottom wick at my 61 level, right, and it's also, this whole area is the previous weekly resistance. So if I put it up on the weekly chart, it looks like the longs are still valid, but the pullback looks a bit deep till probably 151,200. So I still think it's coming down to that area to fill this wick, and then it could possibly push up after that. So the way I see that no bottom wick on the previous candle is like the bearish momentum is slightly waning. That's about it. But it still can come down a bit lower to 151,200. So right now, if this thing fakes out like that, like if you take the longs off this area, right, just be aware that you're trading in a range. So if you're confident that price will bust through, then by all means take it. If not, then 151,900 is a 4 hour resistance. So far, the whole of today, price has not managed to break multiple rejections at this area. So if it forms bearish rejections here, then yeah, shorts are still valid also. So there are a lot of zones here. Price action is not very clean. That's why when I go inside this area, I don't want to trade here. I will either take trades from here, if not from here. Nothing in between. Yeah, Elwin, the reason why I don't really see 151,900 as a retest again, right, is because previously just now, test, lower high. So if price is still bearish, I don't think it will break this high. It will form somewhere here and then it will come down again if price is still bearish. So I don't know whether the retest will happen near 151,900. Andy, I can send to Tiago. I have him on Discord.
Hey, you can?
Yeah, wait, let me see if the files
Okay.
are too big. Give me a second. I try, wait. Because that time you said the Google link cannot go through, right?
Yeah, I did. I just Google it now.
Oh, wait. Because I have it on my hard disk anyway. It's the same books, right, that time?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try. Ooh, can. It's not big enough. Yeah, I sent to him already.
Alright, then. It's done, yeah.
Yeah, done.
Thanks.
No problem.
Mon, please.
Meow. Okay, wait. Can use
That's the
Qbox.
worst.
Use Qbox.
You forget.
Oh shit, wait. One of the books too big. Try this. Oh, the last one cannot. Wait, still got one more. Let's see. Print the red candle before 150, 180. Yeah, because it's still a lower high, right? Stunner. I think so too. That's why I was hesitant to buy when it go back inside the range. So if it forms a lower high, closes fairly strong bearish, then yes, sells are still valid. I think if you want to buy GJ, you need to be very patient with it. It's not ready to buy yet. Like, if you are hoping for some kind of sniper entry now, right, it's tough. But this area now is the area where there's higher probability for the buys to set up. But as of now, bearish pressure is still quite strong. So I need the buyers to show me that they're holding the price up. Then I will start to look at buys. Because if I look at the 15, right, So far now, this is the first sign that okay, maybe the buyers want to hold this area up. But if it comes back out again, then forget it. GU, let's see. Oh, GU looks nicer. Previous daily support. Lower highs. The thing is, I see this area here, so it could come down, so there's a level of support somewhere here. I mean, I don't really trade trend line, this is just to show me that so far the lows are holding. So if I do trade into this area, right, there is a potential it might bounce off the trend line also. So I don't know if there's enough range. Plus on the 1 hour, there's this level of support here, recent support. Where would you short it from, Aiden? The most still 365. Yeah, same. We're looking at the same area. Coming down here is going to be bumpy right down. Support, support, support. Yeah, okay. Price action is below yesterday's close. Yeah, this daily level, right? Oh, you're talking about GG? Let me see. Yeah, this resistance here is Asian Open, and it held. This is the whole Asian price action. GG's coming back out. Gross. Yeah, this candle, those that are looking at the shorts here, faked out, came back up. So if we just look at these two candles here, bullish move, push back into the range, close barely any top weight, so means not much bullish momentum. The next one, same thing, buyers failed to push up higher, and then this candle closed bearish. So it looks like a break retest to come down to fill the wick. So structurally on the 15-minute is also respecting this support, minor support here. Recently held today. So if you believe that this is coming down, then yeah, target should be the lower wick. 151,200. Do I know where you can learn this stuff for beginners? Baby Pips is one of them for theory. This is one area so that you can learn, go under education, learn everything you need to about the theory of Forex. Then if you need videos, I can recommend this guy because I trade price action. I didn't come up with a course, I'm not really planning to. You can go and watch this guy's videos on how to read price action, so it should give you an idea. Then other than that, just turn up on the streams and your charts daily and you should be able to improve. These are all the free stuff. Yeah, I agree, Peter. But if you don't get through that, right, or if you don't have the patience for that, you won't have the patience on the market also. So you can take it as a mini test. At least get through the first part. Like, this one, at least just breeze through it, just roughly get an understanding so that the terms that we use when we trade, they are not that foreign. Then when you go into this area, understanding this will give you an inkling of what type of strategies you would like to trade based on your personality. Yeah, the rest are a bit more advanced, to be honest. You don't really need it. And then this one here. So high school, the more important ones that I feel are relevant will be everything except the summer school is not very important. Middle school, not very important. Not to me anyway. Yeah, the rest just have a look. Adam Khoo's videos. If you want basics, I think Reina is better than Adam Khoo. Yeah, Reina is better. But this guy, the one that I showed just now, he's a lot more succinct and to the point. This trading fanatic. Yeah, he gives you the most important things needed for price action, whereas Adam Khoo and Reina give you everything in Forex. Yeah, so it's a preference. Why would I flame you, Eden? I barely even look at GU anymore. I think you look at it more than me. Yeah, I agree with this. This point. You are not in yet. Are you in? Not yet, right? Did you enter based off the 30? Price action on GU is a bit tricky because when price went up, right, it formed all this support and it's quite strong if you look at the structure. So right now I think the reason why you bounce, right, because there's a support here. But so far, if we look at it in entirety, it still looks like you said, it's failing to break the highs, and it's all lower highs now. So it's basically doing this, and then from the bottom is like squeezing. Yeah, but I think we take it slowly, step by step, here to here, then followed by this range should be fine. This is 3765. 3861. 38061. Yeah, I saw your 50 EMA also. It looks like a perfect break and retest of the 50. Let me put it on. Holding quite nicely on the 50. Was 38391. Yeah, it should be fine. You will put your stop loss based on structure, looks okay. Oh, use the Williams fractals also. Do you use 3 or 5 fractal? And like this, if you look at GJ, then GJ is clear sells for now. Holding the 50 quite nicely. You use your EMAs for confirmation. Structurally, it makes sense also. Lower high still. Oh, 2. So the 30 and the 1 hour close back outside this level of support. Price should continue down to here. Failed to break the highs, made a lower high. This is continuing down. 1 hour also rejected and closed below the support. So yeah. So if you're looking to take shots because this is an hour close, I'll watch to see if price can test to this area here. Make a top wick, and if it flips bearish, then yes, sell still valid. So give it some time to form the upper wick. Bear in mind there is also UK PMI in half an hour. Yeah, it could be that also, trap call. Probably waiting for the PMI thing, Eden. UK PMI data. If it flips bearish and you want to sell it, if you're not worried about the PMI data, then yes. I think it's just, you're just trading the bearish momentum. If you're not worried about the PMI data, that is. The result remains the same. Let's see. When was the last data? I think the last data was the same also, if I'm not wrong. Last data was, yeah, only a little bit different. This was on March 3rd. Let's see. PMI is red. Forex Factory is not, I don't trust it with its rating already. Because there were a few news, US news especially, I forgot which one. It marked it as low impact, and it's not. It was like some GDP news if I didn't remember wrongly. I don't think it will have a very large impact, but it's still one of the bigger economic news, I think. So let's see. 3rd March, right? 3, 4, 4:30. Yeah, after the news came out then. Just a small push. Then boom. And that price turned to shit. This was the move. But overall, I think it doesn't change the trend, as with all news. This was still overall in an uptrend that time. So if you're not worried about it, you can take the flip when it flips bearish. Which she already did. I'm not selling GJ, I think it's good. Why is it good? So the sell potential that I can see is only to this area. And then potentially this week fill as well. So if it meets your criteria for a trade and you don't mind the news later, then yeah, just take it. For me, I'd rather just stay away because I have about half an hour, then the news is coming up. Where would you buy gold till? God. I have a level at 1745 that is very strong resistance. Are you buying to that area? Because right now I don't see buys yet. If it forms another higher low, it could be trying to go up again. So 15 minutes this area now. If it forms higher low, maybe the target is 1745. But as of now, nothing yet. 1 hour zone 18:39. What music am I playing? This guy's music. On Spotify, you can go and look for this guy, Stream Beats. So he has quite a few different genres of music. You can check it out. Okay, I'll listen to it after the YouTube stream. If not, I'll get copyrighted later. My streaming alone, no? The rest of them are just chilling because price action is quite disgusting now. It's ranging. They're in the room. They're just chilling. I'm only showing. They don't really have their cameras on, so I just showed my face only. The thing is, we've got the UK data in 1 minute. That's something I want to trade after. Then the 4-hour candle also is. So if the 4-hour candle closes bearish, it will fill the wick. So right now, this 4-hour candle, if it continues bullish and it manages to break this support, then yes, there is a chance that it is going up. But the way I see it, it hasn't managed to do that. So potential of filling the wick could be there on the 4-hour close. Just this area now inside this range here, it's a bit difficult to take an entry, so I'll wait for the 4-hour close to decide the direction. Yeah, gold still has higher lows. I can see what you're saying. Like, this came down for the retest, closed with a higher low compared to this previous area. So that's why these rejections here are quite interesting to me. And there is a potential for it to go up again to 1745. Yeah, but unless the support forms low enough, if not, I won't take the trade because this range is not very big. Nah, that's your plan. It's fine. Just that 1745 is not an issue for you, like as a resistance. Like, it's just bouncing off ideas since there's nothing much now to take. It's a Teletubbies baby. So in GJ, the weekly pullback looks like it may be done. Bullish trend still holding. So price rejected off my 78 feet. Yeah, it did a deeper pullback, rejected off the 78 feet for me, and it is not breaking the previous weekly low. Yes, the candle is still open, so it's a bit irrelevant, but looking at the previous daily close, no bottom wick, this current wick low also failing to break the support. So if we look at the 4 hour, this rejection candle, if we can close above this 4 hour resistance, then we have a chance to go up to 153,300, but it must close above. So the next wick that comes down, it might pull down to fill some part of this wick here and then go up. So let's see how this 4 hour closes. This YouTube very lag. Don't think so. Looks fine. Bro, you really shaved your beard. You trick people. There's nothing left to shave, bro. Yeah, Aiden is right. You need to shave it live, bro. No kick. What's wrong with the stream, Future Way? I don't think it's lagging. Is YouTube lagging for you, Alexi? It's not, right?
No, it's not. It's not. The only lag is the Streamlabs delay.
Oh, then that's fine. That's normal.
Yeah.
Maybe restart your thing, Future Way. That work. I think if GJ closes above, right? Higher lows, price pushed up, put back from this higher low. This will be the new higher low. So if you can close above, next one should come back. Test. Boom. 153,300. That's what I'm seeing on GG. What's that, Andy? This is the first target? What's that, the daily? Andy, what's the green line you drew just now? Daily. I think it's the previous daily candle, is it? This one. Oh. No, I was asking you what was the green line you drew. It's the daily low, I think. Previous daily low.
Afternoon, Al.
Hey,
You okay?
I'm stoning. I'm so bored.
Yeah, same here.
If this thing doesn't close above, I'm not touching GJ, man.
It's so dodgy, no? Like,
Yeah. Like, I can see the long's potential, but if it doesn't close above, then it might get stuck. And this long wick here is questionable. It looks like a rejection, but if it rejected so strong, my question is why did it not break resistance? That's why I'm still
yeah,
waiting.
exactly. Why did it stop?
Yeah, so that's why I'm not firing yet.
To be honest with you, I took a trade in Asia when the 1 hour formed double bottom.
Long?
Yeah, and then I moved to BE straight away. I went 14 pips in profit, and then it took me out, obviously, after it done what it did.
Yeah.
And now it's gone my way.
I think the way I'm reading this, right, this looks like, you know how last time we always look at London manipulation? This is the place where if people bought, their stop loss is here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's exactly what they did. They came down, grabbed your stop loss, then they continue.
Yeah, exactly.
I think last week in the New York session we were discussing on Zoom that overall the trend is still bullish. If it does come down hard, right, it's gonna turn around. It needs basically this move down. I think yesterday we were saying this move down is to grab liquidity for the longs. Because overall fundamentally the UK is opening back up, right? So it should be a good thing for the pound. So that's why this move down yesterday makes zero sense to me, other than the fact that the banks need liquidity to go up. But that's just what I'm thinking now.
For me, I think I want to wait for tomorrow's candle. I want to see how today is gonna be, and then assess it from there. I don't know. I just don't like what it did. All like the 4 hour wick that is leaving. It might just fly.
Yeah, it could also.
Yeah.
So the condition is it must close. Yeah, that's the thing.
And to be fair, it rejected the 78. You had that fit as well, didn't you?
Yes. So that's why like there's a lot of pros for me to take the long. The final condition is this 4 hour candle closing above the consolidation. Because it consolidated the whole of Asia. This is the first break. Yeah, and this liquidity grab makes sense to me for the longs. Because this is a very big move up. If it goes up, it's like 100 plus pips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a big one. And that's what I was aiming for.
Yeah, I saw this in Asia also, like Wilson and I were discussing this. The problem was I didn't have momentum to push. When I saw these candles, right, like this big bearish candle came down, failed to break this low. Then this thing closed bullish. I was like, oh, longs. Yeah, but the problem is this thing was so damn tiny.
Exactly. And it didn't have a lower wick. I'm like, it's very dodgy. That's why I moved to BE straight away after that candle closed. Like, sorry, after the second candle closing like that, because it didn't close above.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, BE. That's it.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens.
I think it's safe to the way GJ has been right now, based on where it is on the higher time frame, I would be tighter with my stop loss. Yeah, like swings are a bit difficult, to be honest.
Yeah, I think grab what you can and get out.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like if you're at 1 hour and you're not really sure, just take what you can.
Yeah, or just lock the stop loss. But watch
Yeah.
the structure carefully. So, like this area here, this is the previous daily previous daily support. So
Yeah.
this area could have some reaction. So if this thing closes bullish and I take it long, it will be on the next 4-hour candle forming some kind of lower wick to hold this area. Yeah, if it breaks below the body, I don't want this. So I'll let it form the lower wick first before I touch it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, if it flies without me, then does it even matter? I missed this 100 pip move. This is nothing.
Okay lah, we'll catch the next ones.
Yeah. $152,500. Yeah, there's this level here. So if you look at the yellow line, right, on the 4-hour, this is previous 4 hours support, resistance turn support. So I'll put a gray box here. This area I'll be careful. So 152,500, I am not sure. There is no volume now. Not much anyway. So as you approach this area, just watch the price action closely. I think these shots, if this is your analysis, right, these shots shouldn't have been taken, because this is a major zone. Price came down, rejected hard of that zone. Next candle failed to break the low. There is no sells. This candle confirmed that the buys were valid already, so you shouldn't have sold it, because this was very low already. Yeah, that's just my view of your zone here, because I have this also. Canada's going back into lockdown. I'm not surprised. I'm really not. Yeah, I agree then. Like the other time, I think when Raja went overseas, right? He came back, he had a choice not to do the swab test and a choice not to quarantine. I was like, what? This is how the thing spreads. It's like, human rights, yo. Then after that, lockdown. Yeah, I won't be surprised really. Let's see. Ontario locks down. Lol. I don't know. Shit. But the Olympics, the thing is, they are not inviting foreigners, right? Other than the athletes. So, still, it's like only the athletes can come in, like public cannot, right? Max, what's the purple line? The 4 hours zone, is it? I think it might retest your 861 level though. Here. This is the most recent 15-minute resistance. So, 4 hour close above. Let's see.
Barely any wick though.
I know, right?
She's just like, if you really want me right, buy an inshallah.
If you really want me right, buy no stop loss.
Yeah, exactly. Buy no stop loss, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but this to me, yes, there's buys, but I will wait for the retest.
Dodgy. I don't know, for me, I can see both. That's why I want to stay away.
So for me, the criteria is price broke this resistance, but it didn't break this one on the 15. Let's see. 30. Yeah, neither did it break the 30. So technically the zone could be here also. And price did nothing. Yeah, this whole zone is messed up. Let me see. We closed above. So based on 15-minute structure, as long as price holds, forms another higher low above this, it could be the potential to buy. But if not, if it comes back in, then ha, GJ, was nice knowing you. Yeah, 4 hour, 1 hour structure, it did close above the consolidation, so just gotta, I prefer to wait for the retest so it doesn't fake me out again, because this was a fake out. If this one fakes out again, wow, that'll be a bitch, man. A break below 151,600 is definitely sells. I don't even need 500. This consolidation here is enough. And it's also the weekly resistance. At 151,600. So this area here, if price comes down again, you'll break this again. Then GG. Feel the wick. Then question mark. I'm not sure about 1745 breaking yet. Let's see. Because if I look at the higher time frame, right, every time price reaches there, this is a strong bullish momentum, yes. So I was telling them earlier, my thoughts is, if this was so strong previously be in Asia, right, when it pushed up, how come it didn't break? Yeah, there was bullish momentum in Asia. Push, then reject, turn around. So I think it's gonna come down again for some retest, grab liquidity, maybe try again. Plus, I see lower highs. So I'm not very sure. It's just big ass range.
I see lower highs here, but I still see some. Even though the previous 4 hour closed bearish, it closed like a strange candle, but it did break the high of the previous one, and I held the low. So
Yes.
I'm just being vigilant. I don't really want to trade this range, but I want to see if it can break soon. We got a bunch of US news today as well. And we got crude oil and international trade.
And there's the IMF stuff also. Not that it really matters. I haven't really seen like a lot of breaking news from that end.
Actually, how big is this range?
Not very big. Gold, right?
Yeah.
To 17.5, not very big.
80, like 80 something pips.
Like your stop loss? It's around there also.
Unless you keep it like literally below the most recent, like say if you was to buy from here back to the top with confirmation, like you keep your stop loss around like 17.35 maybe, but then you're on the risk of it getting hit because it's that's a bit aggressive.
Because this is the candle that broke out, right? This one here. It pushed. This was the move that pushed up. So if price doesn't hold this, it's going to come down to this bottom of this range.
I'm looking. Oh, okay, now yeah. We're looking at the same low.
So that stop loss needs to be there.
Yeah.
Yes, Andy.
Yeah, it could come down a bit deeper first before going up, but we'll see. What is going on?
Oh. Caught it in time. What's this? Stop my performance. Seriously.
Wow. Is YouTube still on?
Yes.
Damn. Can't
YouTube.
sing yet.
Will be lost children today. But I think Luke is coming on again. The 4 hour looks like it wants to flip. Jason, you might get your 4-hour flip. The 15 is forming a higher low of this resistance also. Yeah, I saw this break and retest on the 15, this one, right? But I was also afraid that because price rejected this area, right, it could come back down and fill this area. So I wasn't sure about this retest, as I didn't take it. But nice catch. Stop it, attack faster. Copycat. Okay, let's see. If this 15 closes above, forms higher low of this resistance, I will take this long, stop loss below. On this 10-minute close.
I'm going to enter 99 lots. Can't wait for the day my account's that size, man. Every time I enter a trade, you're just gonna hear,
Technically, the 4-hour also flips, so the stop loss is below this area. So you think this is going up, you could already be in, and then TP 300. The 4-hour trade, so just give it a bit of space. Wow, look at this flying. DJ, wait for me.
Oh damn.
The fall flip and then it flew down me. Back. Loss is damn big now. The shit. Yeah, 15-minute cross clearly above. This shit is going up. Bye bye GG. Oh my god. Oh, this is damn annoying.
Stop loss of like 24 pips.
Based on the 15.
15.
Where do you put it?
Well, actually, it's more
the-
like 26.
Yeah.
25, 26. Below the new structure.
The 15-minute bearish candle, right?
Yeah.
Ah. I think it depends on where you see this trade going. So if you have an issue with this 4-hour support here, right, then it doesn't make sense to have a stop loss around 26 pips. But if you think that GJ, you're willing to hold this trade to this area, right, or
Play the
potentially
move back
this
up.
area, 150, around 153 or 152,900, then yes, you can take the trade out on the 4-hour. $151, $847. You want it to come down here, Aiden? Here, then go up again. I think you already did that on the lower time frame. Let me see. 847.
That's like the area that the new support was made of on the 15th.
Yeah. Let me see. It's pulling back the file. This is gonna give me at least 1.5 R, and then after that 300. Sweet. Yes. Nice. Yeah, Jason, I'm still thinking. I'm checking my entry. I'm not in a rush because if it's a 4-hour trade, right? I'm aiming for the highs. So I want to make sure that my trade is correct. No worries, David. Just, I think it might be a bit easier if you chatted directly with each other on Discord. You can send whatever links you want to send. It's just that I have to read it because I'm afraid that I'll miss questions. Yeah, Nadine, the thing is, the 4-hour and the 1-hour, right? Even though they close bullish above this, the worry is there is not much of a top wick, so it could pull back in again. That's why I'm waiting to see if I can get another like. So right now on the 15, right? I see that the higher lows are forming. So if this current bearish candle can hold and respect this support and then form another one, then yes, I'll trust that the buys are valid already. Right now I'm not sure yet because of the way the 4-hour and the 1-hour close. Yeah, Eden, I see this resistance also because the concern for me was if I look at the 15-minute structure, right? Yes, this candle closed above this, but this bearish candle is very dodgy, came back in. For me, a clean break, right, will be this thing break, then I see another 2 more bullish candles continuing the move before it retests, then that's a very strong then that would be a strong pullback to me. This one looks like it's going to be a bit choppy, so that's why I think I can afford to wait for another new support and another higher low. Yeah, it's exactly like if I get stuck in this range then it will be very shitty, so I don't really want to squeeze. Yeah, Aiden is exactly right. Anyway, no, Aiden, it doesn't matter. You know why? Luke is coming on. People will go into his stream, especially Raja's Kulak, because Luke trades like Raja. So if they need a trade, right, they will go into his stream. So it might filter out a bit of the people. So. Yeah, he's gonna stream today also because I guess popular request. What is the win rate to key levels per session trading? Because when you try trend following, the win rate is 30%. And even though the winners outweigh the losers, your psychology can... Yeah, I think the win rate on a trend following strategy is lower, but it pays off because the RR is disgustingly high. So you gotta... But if your psychology cannot take it, right, then trend following is not for you, because you need to be super patient with the trade, and then you'll see like the price coming down for a deeper pullback based on the higher time frame. So it's not really for everybody. Gotta see what suits your personality. The higher the time frame you hold your trades, the win rate is actually lower, but the RR increases to make up for it. Yeah, so like I can't really take it also, so I know myself. That's why for me, I am sort of like a hybrid, I would say. I don't have a really fixed TP on my trade. I can see like for example this trade, right? If I want to go long, I know my target is this area on the 4 hour, but it's not a hard target. So when I take my trade long from here, I always will secure my 1.5 to 2R first. Anything beyond that, right, I will start to trail my profits. Because when I'm trailing this runner, I'm not worried at all, because most of the time I'm already locked in profits. So that's how I manage my psychology to hold the trade a bit longer. Yeah, the lower time frame you go, the higher your win rate has to be. But you're taking very short trades, so like maybe 3-4 pips, 5 pips out, then you enter again. So depends on what you want. So the 15-minute close, still holding this support, did not break the low. So this next candle is going to be crucial for me heading into the close. So if it forms another higher low, then yes, we have the longs. I think semi-rating is ambitious because you trade the lower time frame. So this area at 152,400 is a potential area I'll take some profits off. So after that, above here, this is just higher time frame target. If you trade on the lower time frame, you will not aim for so big. You can't. Your psychology will mess with you so badly you cannot even handle it. So depends on your type of trader that you are. Esther, it's not about pips. I think I said before. I don't have pips I take profit or except like 2R, and usually 1.5 to 2R is at a structure for me. So when I measure my trade, I know this area is 1.5 to 2R. If not, I will never execute my trade. So this is TP1 for me. So once it reaches this area, my trade may or may not be at BE. Depends on the structure that is forming on the 15-minute. So it might even be in profit also, depending on how structure will form. But it's slightly different when I want to aim for a bigger target. I need to give the trade a bit of space to move also. That's why I secure some of the profits. Yeah, Esther, David is right. It always has to be based on price action, not an arbitrary number. Like 5 pip, 10 pip. No, it should never be like that. Because structure will tell you whether or not to move your stop loss. So structure will also tell you where to place your stop loss. It's not a fixed number. It cannot be a fixed number. Fixed number is just your range of profits that you wish to take. And where you see the support or resistance forming. Nah, Samuel, I'm going off on the hour close already, so you guys can enjoy the other stream. So this hour candle looks like it's going to close bearish back in the range, so I'ma wait. On the flip, right, Nadim? It could be potential for you to get your clean area, since the range is also quite big. 35. So depends on your. I think if you trade the range, right, RR is not important for you, because it looks like the risk reward is going to be just nice 1R, I think. If you take it on this one when it flips up, let me see. Stop loss is definitely above. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't. But it could be a potential of happening. But not for me. Yeah, Jason, I think if the 1 hour can close here, right? Then yes, it could be potential for it to continue up also, because this 1 hour candle is not as big as this big bullish one. So I think the sellers are struggling a bit. That's what I'm seeing. But I cannot enter my longs yet. The price hasn't confirmed to me that the buyers are holding this area, so it's a bit dodgy for now. Yeah, Nadim, if that's your range of pips, then yes, looks like it's good enough for you to take a trade. Then it does. For one of the guys in Zoom, it gives more than that. It gives usually double digit R. Yeah, and he doesn't even trade the lower time frame. Just, I think, a type of entries in your read of price action, I think. But I cannot get it. That's my limit. My consistent delivery is like 3R, 4R can. Huh. Anything more than that, I cannot deliver consistently. Yeah, Eden, RR more important for me because my win rate is not as high. So I need the RR to help me be overall profitable. If not, very tough for me to grow the account. But I also understand that because of that, right, I need to hold the trade a bit longer. And I need to be pickier with the entries also. Oh, look at this disgusting thing. Wow, one hour no top wick. Bearish candle no top bottom wick. Good job, GJ. I'm not gonna touch this. Fuck. It's disgusting. Bruh. How to trade?
Just got to wait. Looks like he wants to give us buy at a better price.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not taking any trade on this hour close. It's no bottom weight. This is disgusting. And it came back into the range anyway, so yeah, I'll reanalyze again later nearer to the volume in New York. So anyway, I'm gonna go off. Those that are trading today, be careful of GJ. It's very tricky at this area here. So those who are trading with Luke later, just be careful, yeah? Do not rush your trades or overtrade. Good luck. See you all tomorrow.